Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, we're going to break down the ZBCN and Anchorage connection and how this connection could offer additional support for ZBCN in the future. And if you could do me a favor, give the video a like, leave any comments below, and subscribe to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. So it says here in this post, ZBCN is supported by Anchorage. With tens of billions in digital assets secured, Anchorage is one of the leading crypto custodians serving institutional investors. Through Anchorage, institutions can securely hold and manage ZBCN within regulated custody infrastructure. So, to me, this is a pretty big deal because if you are partnering with Anchorage and the who's who have partnered with Anchorage and they're holding and trusting crypto projects are trusting Anchorage to hold tens of billions in digital assets, it's a big deal. And for ZBCN to be in the mix, that lets me know that Anchorage sees something big in them. And a little bit about Anchorage is again is for institutional investors. It's the same thing. So they have 24/7, 365 days of trading, and that's pretty much the standard with crypto. And if you look down here, there was some interesting information. It says select from 400 plus crypto assets supported for trading. Yeah, so that's a big deal. So for Zebec to be incorporated in 400 plus crypto assets on this platform is a big deal, and it gives additional exposure for Zebec in a totally different platform. So that's the thing. You want ZBCN to be accessible everywhere, and this is what this partnership that's why this partnership is so important. And so a little bit more information about it. Institutional grade custody unlocks big money. Yeah, so that's what we want. Like when ZBCN still starts going on a parabolic run, institutions are going to be welling in and they're going to be wanting a piece of ZBCN. It's going to be slowly then suddenly. Anchorage is a federally chartered U.S. crypto bank that custodies tens of billions in hedge funds, banks, and corporations. So ZBCN now fits inside infrastructure big players already trust. Yeah, so this takes it even further. We're talking about hedge funds, we're talking about banks, corporations. That's where the big money is because when big money comes into anything, whether it's in stocks or whether it's in crypto, hedge fund guys, they're not going to go in small. They're going to go in with size. They're going to make sure that they get a big bag of ZBCN. So definitely an eyebrow raising moment there. And it says here, this gives institutions a compliant, insured, and operational secure way to hold ZBCN instead of relying on retail level wallets or exchanges. Yeah, you don't have to deal with the whole hot wallet or exchanges. It just gives them an easier access to ZBCN, and that's what we want. Again, in my eyes, this is a plus because the more institutions that you can involve, like Deutsche Bank, like a Anchorage Digital, Bloomberg was another one that was mentioned here earlier in the year. Once you get more and more of those on board, that's everything because that just brings more visibility to ZBCN and more people are going to know about it. So it's once your grandma starts talking about ZBCN, then you know that it's something is happening. And it says here, massive legitimacy signal for ZBCN. Anchors run strict due diligence before listing any asset. So adding ZBCN is a third party validation that Zebec meets institutional standards for security, governance, and regulatory alignment. Yeah, it just gives us that much more legitimacy that this is project is the real deal, and that is everything that Zebec has been doing from a compliance perspective, doing all that and getting all the regulatory license. All this stuff matters. And it says here being supported along blue chip assets on Anchor's platform instantly upgrades Zebec's perceived quality to serious infrastructure, not just another DeFi token. Yeah, and that's what it is. And you have an asset right now in that's in ZBCM that is trading sideways. So this is a great opportunity because a lot of times people complain about, well, why wasn't I told about ZBCN when it was early? And see, a lot of people they only talk about a project when it's just green candles and it's just scorching red hot. But we want to talk about it when there's it's been trading sideways or there's been a pullback on the price because that gives people an opportunity. Like when you want to know about something when the price is low as opposed to the price being high. That's why I continue to talk about it. And I continue to talk about it because Simon, as a CEO, is driven and he will talk to anybody and make deals with anybody. So this project will, and he's shown that he's been able to execute with the super app on desktop. Mobile is right around the corner, and they have that XRP conference coming up soon. So with a big announcement. But yeah, so it's trading alongside of blue chips, which is awesome. And then it says here, a bridge between DeFi and real world payroll. Zebec's core payroll is real time streaming payroll and payments. Anchors gives enterprises a regulated way to fund treasuries, stream payroll, and move cross border value using ZBCN. Yeah, so the institutions get access to all of that streaming payroll, payments, and it gives those enterprises again a regular way to fund treasuries and stream payroll. So anytime ZBCN partners with anybody, you have to dig deeper. Sure, the ZBCN is the underlying asset, but we also have to factor in the payroll aspect of it and how that can impact Anchorage on their side too, and how they can participate in those payroll streams and cross-border payments. It says here, streaming tech plus bank grade custody, exactly what CFOs and compliance teams need before touching blockchain-based payroll or treasury flows. Yep. So that is exactly it. All that here is what we need. And again, support from a top custodian is a green light for other custodians, exchanges, and fintech partners who often look to Anchorage's list as a quality and compliance filter. Yeah, so they have partnered with Anchorage Digital. So now that is a green light for other institutions to partner with ZBCN. And this is how you lay the foundation and it just continues to build and build and build. Yep. So this could accelerate more listings, on ramps, and integrations that pull Zebec deeper into institutional and neobank stack over time. Yep. Again, you with Zebec Network, they are building when price is down, when price is sideways, when price is up, they just continue to build. So that shows strength for me. And then structural tailwind for ZBCN demand. Once ZBCN can be safely custodied at scale, it becomes viable as an asset in institutional portfolios and as a utility token for high volume payroll and payment rails. As real businesses adopt Zebec's rails, Anchorage support lets tens of hundreds of millions of dollars flow into the token within control regulated framework. Yeah, that's essentially it. Because with Zebec, you know that they have the payroll by the second, but it's also has a sense of privacy, and they have the privacy rails built in, and that's what big institutions want. So this is the perfect storm for ZBCM. And if we go over again, like I mentioned before, it has been kind of trading sideways. ZBCN has been trading sideways and kind of looking at it over a month. Yeah, they had like a little peak up here at 0.0022. But ever since then, it's really just kind of just been trading sideways, to be honest. And current price is 0.0020, down 4.91%. Well, let's look at the 24 hours. Yep, down point to about down 0.93%, $200 million market cap, and 6.5 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. And yeah, so there you have it. And let's see. And it says here, ZBCN, do you smell that? It smells like Zebec. And this is by Jesus, King of Kings. That's what he put there. So I hope you gain some value from this video, as the partnership with Anchorage gives the institutional green light. Could there be more in the future? Only time will tell. I want to thank you for listening to this video, and thanks for stopping by.